Mm.
Hello, 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 everybody. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I have someone on the live stream today that I admire and respect so much, and was so happy to have her in our last Camera Confidence Challenge. I have the Jane Davenport here with me. Hi, Jane. How are you?
Hi, V. Hello to you.
Listen, y'all, today's live is going to be so awesome. Jane is a ball of fun, and we were blessed enough to have her in our last Camera Confidence Challenge. And, I had to have her here on the show or on the channel because, oh my gosh, she's such a dream of a person. Her personality is everything. The colors, I feel like when I met her, I was like, ooh, I vibe. Hi, Jane. How are
Hello.
you?
I vibe. I'm so good and extra good because I'm talking to you. And I just adore you. I think what you bring to the world is unique and you just are an uplifting force, a positive force. And I admire that. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and that means the world to me. Okay, I'm gonna have Rio like edit out that little piece or edit that little piece so I could listen to Jane saying that over and over in the morning.
Do you know, when I set my cameras up, I somehow managed to set up a shortcut that says, "Hi Jane, turn your microphone and lights on. Have a great broadcast," to remind me.
Wow, that is so
And the little
cool.
tip, getting to set that up and do a little "Hi Zaylee," and then it could have me telling you how awesome you are, or just a different person every day.
I love that. I
And
love
then,
that. Yeah. That sounds like such a good idea. Jane, I want to ask you if you can share a little bit about yourself with the audience so that they know or learn about your amazingness, just like we were able to, if you're open to it.
of course, so I'm an artist and I design art supplies. And I'm a passionate advocate for art journaling, for drawing. My goal is to get everyone drawing because I just think drawing it connects the mind and the body. It just does so much for you. You don't have to be a good drawer, but drawing, I just believe in the power of it. And journaling in any form might get you there. So I anything that I can do, including creating art supplies, writing books, creating online workshops, live streaming, everything is around wanting people to be more creative, particularly
Yeah.
drawing.
I love that. I
So
love that
that's
so much. I feel like, you know, I there was a time in my life where I was all about work, 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 work. And even though I do creative work, it became so much less creative. And now I'm like trying to add like, writing back. I started only journaling digitally, or like everything was so like computer, and now I've started back like using stickers again, and
oh,
like all of the things, and it's been such a joyful experience. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
fun.
everyone needs to do this kind of stuff. So I love that you've made it your mission to do that as well. And your products, you have products on Amazon and in Michael's.
Yes, I used to,
You
and
used
then
to.
so I did a book, turned into a
Yes.
bestseller. I got invited by an American company, huge, big company, to create a line for potentially Michael's, and it got picked up. I had a ball
Wow.
doing it. It was in all of Michael's stores. It was a huge success. So I had 3 collections. So I think that was it was hundreds of different arts, but it was a dream come true.
Yeah.
And then just over time, things evolve, and I started creating the things myself. And I've done, I think it must be in the 800s of different art supplies, from watercolors to pencils, journals, stickers, just all
Yeah.
sorts of crazy things. And um, I only have it on my website now. So I have worked with other companies in the
Yeah.
past, and that's been a wonderful journey. I've learned so much, but doing it on my own, I have so much more freedom to
Yeah.
do whatever I like. I'm not beholden to anyone or anything,
Yes.
and there are really no restrictions. And for an artist, I'm a designer as well, but for an
Yeah.
artist, having full artistic and creative
Control. Yeah.
freedom,
Yeah.
yeah,
Freedom.
control is,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I might be a control freak. Oh my gosh.
I
But
know, right?
having,
So it's so funny because you said freedom and I said control, and then you took control and I said freedom. And ooh, like
it's sort of a little control when it's fun doesn't feel like control. It feels like
absolutely.
freedom, I guess. And when
Yeah.
other people have freedom over you, it feels like control.
Yeah.
And
No,
we
you're
don't like it
absolutely
when
right.
people have control of us. This is why the
Yeah.
robots will revolt eventually, because they
Yes.
won't want. No one wants to be controlled. It's not a nice feeling. So,
Absolutely. I love what you're sharing, and I'll tell you why. I feel like in this season or era, especially when I look at artists that I love, what you're saying reminds me a bit of how before you would have to wait for someone to discover you and your greatness, and now even artists, as in like musical artists, and people, actor, like wherever, you are now independent and you have distribution deals or whatever, but
yeah,
no one is signing to a record label anymore like they used to. And so it's more of like, how can I manage all of my endorsements and all of my partnerships and things, like how can I have more control over, because yeah,
yeah.
it just would end up not in such a great
Yeah,
place.
the gatekeepers
Yeah.
in so many creative industries have gone. The downside of that, or the other side of that, is there's there's so much more competition.
Yes.
So
Oh yeah.
standing out and being authentic, we're just so quick at being able to spot
Mm,
authenticism,
yeah.
and if that's a word, and because there's just so much choice, and always there's that, what, a boon in one area. The reason there were gatekeepers is to edit what is shown, and now we
Yeah.
don't have that editing. So it's just, but we are the editors with our social media, with picking, what it is that we look at. And then I suppose the algorithms, as they get more and more sophisticated, are better at finding what it is that when you're on social media and you get into a vein of exactly what you love to see, and you're
Yes.
just like, oh, this is so good. And then some days it's completely off kilter. So yeah, it's that editing process, that gatekeeping has gone, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And but it's just so important to show up. No one's going to do it for you. And like you said, you're
Yes.
not going to get discovered. That means you really have to
Do the
put
work.
yourself. You have to do the work. It's in
Absolutely.
it's artwork, and it's an
Yeah.
art practice, and it never stops being that. It doesn't matter if you're the master of masters. It's artwork,
Absolutely.
it's art practice, because it's a lifelong commitment to
I love
those things.
that.
And if you don't enjoy it, you might not be quite in your right track.
Mm.
So, you've got to, if it's not feeling quite right, there's a dissonance and you're not happy, that's because it's so easy to pivot and change what it is,
Absolutely.
because you don't have the editors saying that's not you, that's not,
Absolutely.
you're off brand, you are the brand.
Yeah.
So
Oof. That is so good. Ugh, Jane is on here dropping
mic
gems,
drop.
y'all.
Very good.
Not the mic drop, but you definitely just did drop the mic. Hey guys, hey. I'm seeing you guys in the comments. Hey, Cassandra, Shakima, hey. Oh my gosh. Hi guys. Say hello in the
Oh, I
comments.
saw Shakima's interview the other day.
Shakima, yes, 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 yes. So she's here in the comments now, looking on. It's so good to have you guys here. And I have Rio in the comments showing up as me. I'm like, wait, y'all. Yesterday I was doing my own comments, but today he's in the comments under my account. So it's fun. He said, "You are the brand." Yes, that's what Jane just said. Yes, yes, yes. So Jane, I would love to know, What made you sign up for the Camera Confidence Challenge the last time? I think it's just, I mean, you shared with us inside of the challenge and the community, but I want to just share your amazing story with everyone out here because you are so, like, we just want to eat you up. Your personality, like me meeting you on camera, I was like, oh my gosh, she's such a ball of joy. And just you tinkering with all the things and figuring out your set and setup as you, which your set looks gorgeous, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's my office, so it's a working space. So it's a real
Yes. Yeah. No, it
photocopier in the
looks
background.
amazing.
Uh, so I can't do anything about that. I have to be able to use it. So I found you because I bought the Osmo Pocket 3. I saw
Yeah.
so many, I could see its shadow in so many vloggers' things and people on YouTube. And I was like, what is that little weird camera? Anyway, I investigated, found it, found your videos, and I loved you. I just thought, who is this gorgeous creature? And then you were talking about the the challenge,
Yeah.
creative confidence, yes. And I thought, oh, okay, I didn't even properly understand what the course was. I just thought, I want more of this person. And I was having a hand surgery, so I had a little bit of downtime, and I thought, well, this is perfect. And then I started the course, and it was so impactful. I learned actually how to use ChatGPT, so which was huge because you've got your ChatGPT. I've got just the actual course material itself was very helpful. The technical aspects, I gained confidence from that. And I loved listening to the other people and
Yeah. The
the
community.
challenges. Yeah, the community, everyone was at different levels. Some people were super high flyers,
Yeah.
and then realizing they needed to bring more of themselves into what it was that they were doing, and
Yeah.
being on camera being a wonderful part of what they could add to it. But it's quite difficult to start because you think, well, there's just so many people doing it.
Yeah.
What am I going to add? Um,
Yes.
I don't have time for this, all of that negative. I don't have the equipment. I don't have this. I don't have that. But what you learn is that you don't have to have all the bells and whistles. In fact, I've probably simplified what it is that I've done. I think I learned about eCam from you.
Yeah.
Life
Yes,
changing,
because we were in there doing all the things.
changing, life
Yes.
changing. And yeah, just seeing you, how simplified, how attractive your system is, the way that you operate. Um, there was just, and that was almost, yes, no, that was during the course as well, but I got so much from it, and I knew I
Yeah.
knew I was going to get that just from
Oh,
your
wow.
personality. And yeah, I signed up at the very end. I can't recommend it highly enough. And yeah, it was and because it was short and sharp, and
Yes, it was short and sweet. Yes.
you had to keep up with it. I came
Yeah.
out of surgery, and
You
there was a live stream
did.
that morning, and I was in the recovery room with, hi, woo. I
She was,
I didn't
y'all.
want to miss. I didn't want to miss out
Oh, you were
because
such a trooper. Yes. And we didn't realize you
because
had, Shakima just said you had bandages on still during the last
I was just,
challenge.
yeah. So that was, yeah, I think the question you asked me, I think I jumped way ahead, but
It's
was
okay.
why, and
We're
it
just
was
chit
just
chatting.
you. Yeah, it was just, yeah, you guys just thought there's something unique about the way you speak well, there's something unique about everybody,
True.
but, and you are so professional. And you're professional, but you're still yourself and relaxed. That's exactly what I want to be. I want to be professional because that's trustworthy. And I enjoy seeing that in other people. you're real
Mm.
and inviting. So, and I want to feel uplifted when I watch someone and feel like, okay, I'm capable. There's elements of what this person's talking about that I'm capable of. I can lift myself to that. But I don't want it to be so far advanced that I'm just like, well, that's
Yeah,
not
I get
me.
what you're saying. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh
So I want you to be lifted up, but I don't want you to be so like a goddess in the sky.
yeah, like an
I just
icon that
want,
is like, like, yeah.
yeah, where I know that you've got 50 people behind the camera and, you're teleprompting,
Yes.
and there's nothing wrong with the teleprompter, but, it's just a professional
Just
stitch
too
production.
much. Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
yeah, that's not
wow.
what I like watching. I want
Yeah.
real, but I want professional. I want someone who's got their, stuff together and
Mhm.
who's got important information that they're sharing, that something they haven't just read from a book and regurgitating or,
Oof.
repeating from somewhere else. I want,
The real.
and you can
Yeah,
feel that.
something.
You want the real.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. That
So
is
that's why. That was a long answer. Why?
You know what? Thank you, Jane. I think, well, first of all, I'm trying not to cry, so I'm trying to hold myself together here. But but also at the same time, um, you're sharing so many things that other people feel as well, right? Like we want to be inspired, but what I love about what you said is the perfect balance. It's like a cookie, you want the cookie like soft on the inside but crispy on the edges, or like so you want a balance. Oh, can you tell I'm hungry? You want a balance of like
Just
of
having a
like
Goldilocks moment. Not too hot, not too cold. Yep.
right, yes, like the perfect temperature or the perfect like and I think that's something that all of us look for. We also look for people that okay, I can see some similarities between us and I can see myself like being inspired, or if this person can do it then I can do it too. And I think it's so important for us to show up to give others that permission, because people are watching you as well. Like, oh my gosh, like Jane, me meeting you, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's amazing. And so it's
Oh,
so cool to have that, that admiration. I feel like that about the people that we attract somehow are just so amazing. They're so genius. They're so uh, layered.
but
They're so unique.
yeah, that's a
Like,
reflection of you. Like, so I very much believe that because I know it with what I do, you attract, if you are showing up as your
mm,
authentic self, which isn't hard to do. You just have to drop affectations, your like ego of
mm,
how, like what you imagine you might want other people to
yeah.
be. It's sometimes it's a mindset shift to
Yes.
just embrace, okay, and then that is exactly the kind of people you will attract, and that's where you get that resonance. And you don't have to have a trillion people to find that traction and find a
Mm,
way that you can, like, there's that energy return. You're giving energy out, people are giving energy back to you, and you can live a wonderful life.
yeah.
And you don't have to have a huge audience.
Absolutely
If you
not.
tailor yourself, you have to genericize yourself. So I know this from working with big companies. You have to genericize yourself a little bit
Mm,
to appeal to more people. And that doesn't feel good after a while. Um,
absolutely.
you just really have to, eventually you find your niche. And if you're lucky, there's enough people
Yeah.
that respond to what that is. Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have that resonance. So it's a weird thing. It might sound a little bit woo woo because
No,
it's
go
kind of
ahead.
come
Let's
down
get
to,
into it. Let's get into all the things. Let's get
yeah.
into
So
it.
because I just know the people that I have attracted in my career, like in this
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
is they're wonderful people. I think they're wonderful because we've got that resonance. So
Absolutely.
you attract exactly the right people. So when I was doing, and then when you join I was in that workshop, of course, the people that you've attracted, of course, I'm going to be attracted to those people
Yeah.
as well. And I don't mean as in, oh, wow. I mean as in, they're attractive. Some of them were attractive, but attractive as in you want to know more. You want to
Yes.
see them again. You wish them well. You
Yeah.
want them to succeed, and they have that authenticity. And some people are on that cusp of, am I going to share? And is it going to be good enough? And
Yeah.
other people already know that what they're sharing is good enough, but they
Yeah.
just need the technical skills to be able to do it. And live streaming is such, or being on camera, but in particular live
Yeah.
streaming, which
Live
I
streaming.
recommend,
Yes.
because you've got to just, it's with drawing, I teach that drop the eraser, live with the lines that you create. You draw it. We love seeing the hand of the artist. And it's sort of, when I think about it, the same as live streaming. We're not editing on the
Right.
fly. We're not cutting the bits and pieces out. You've got to live with what you've said and done. And that might sharpen you up a little bit to, and relax you at the same time, because what is, you're in flow, and
Absolutely. You
whatever
know,
happens, happens.
what I love about what you're saying right now, it just brings me back to, again, my stickers, right? It's so powerful with the medium that you teach of no erasers, you're drawing. And to me, that is so hard. When I first started like sticking stickers, I'm like, what if I put a sticker in the wrong place? And I had to learn that there's no wrong place. Isn't that like, there's no wrong place, or there's no like, and that was such a big lesson for me. It's the most like I don't want to say childish thing, but it's the most like who cares? It's a sticker, it's a page. But there's a part
They're
of me
making
that is a
more.
perfectionist that wants to place that sticker in the correct place, and I'm telling myself this is so permanent, because if I place it down on this paper, I can't rip it up or I can't remove it. And it has so much it's kind of like what you are saying as well, even as it pertains to live streaming, or as it pertains to art, of allowing yourself to just flow and do the thing, like
There's
it's
no
all one
police that are
thing.
going to come and tap you on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you can't put that sticker there. There's no sticker police. You can't park there. There's no." And they're making more. They're making more stickers. You can make your own stickers.
Exactly. Ooh,
And
I'm
the
learning
funny
that.
thing is, when yeah, when you oh, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. And it was genius.
Oh, it was good. It was a
That's
mic
all I can
drop,
tell you.
y'all. It was a mic drop.
It was another mic drop. I
Uh,
started,
it'll come
I
back.
started thinking of stickers, and I started thinking of stickers that I'd seen on the internet, and I was like, oh, I really need to order those stickers. And I had a squirrel, and my brain started thinking of
It's gonna
stickers.
come back. It's gonna come back.
It'll come back.
Shakima said, "Not the sticker police." Hey, Kiva, it's so good to have you here, and the permanence will get you. Definitely. Okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, that's
Definitely.
what I remembered. I
There you
remembered what I was
go.
going to say.
I knew it would come back.
The thing about it, if you look at other people's work,
Hmm.
very often see, I love looking at paintings, drawings that are messy, and like or graffiti style, or you really can see the hand of the artist where there are corrections made. And I'm doing a workshop at the moment where we're using Botticelli, and even though these are some of the most famous paintings on the world, there's mistakes. Look at the toes.
Mm.
Look at the toes that he's created. And it's so beautiful. Look at the toes.
But is there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
That's the
all
beauty of
makes
it.
it beautiful. And we look at
Yes.
that and you think, wow, I like the things that aren't perfect are what makes it more beautiful. But it can be very hard to
Yeah.
accept the idea of not being perfect for ourselves. So just remember, when you're having that sticker moment, when you're looking at
Yes.
other people's work is messy and loose and free, remember how much you love that. And
Yeah.
just, it doesn't have to be perfect.
At
Just,
all.
the sticker police aren't coming. They don't know where you live.
Exactly. I'll keep remembering. I'll write that down and put it on a post-it somewhere.
On a
But
sticker.
That was such a big lesson for me. And it's like, okay, so, you're able to control, like, prepare, produce a full live stream, and you don't know where to put a sticker. Girlfriend, get over yourself, like, but I love sharing things like that because they're true things that
Hmm.
happen, especially when you're doing something new. So it was something new for
Yes,
me. And so
something
I had
new.
to get into the groove, just like getting on
And
camera might be something
yes,
new. Hmm.
and especially if you're good at something like you are, then you just sort of naturally assume you're going to be that good immediately
Oh,
at
that's
what the new thing is.
good.
But you have to go back into beginner mind. So sometimes, and that's not a nice feeling, being the beginner mind
Absolutely.
again, but it's the most precious, wonderful time because everything's new,
Mm,
everything's fantastic. So
absolutely.
yeah, enjoy it while it's there, while you've got that. Because yeah, anyway, so yeah, you've got to. You weren't, I imagine, amazing live or on camera from the very, or maybe you were. I don't know.
No,
Because
I
we,
want to I want to pull that out, Jane, cuz that was really really good. So essentially, and I feel like most of the people that I work with are professionals. They are really good at what they do. Really amazing at what they do. They're the experts. They are all the things.
mm,
Genius like and then when it comes to this new thing, it's kind of like I'm so nervous about this. I want it to be perfect from the first video that I'm creating, or the first time I show up live. It needs to be perfect. I need 5,000 people in the room. I need the perfect HD camera. I need the team. I need all the things. And so we're thinking that, and I'm pulling from what Jane was saying because that's kind of what we're probably used to, right?
yeah,
We probably have help or have a team or had a team or have this or have that, and so we're used to that level of perfection in other aspects of life. And so now coming into this space on camera where people are going to perceive you and look at you and pick you apart and all of
yeah,
those things, now it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about being authentic. I don't know about being vulnerable. I don't know about acting the same way I act off camera on camera, like, yeah.
yeah,
It can definitely feel like, ooh, oh my gosh. And I know
definitely.
because
It's
I've been there.
yeah,
But I love that you shared that because I never thought about it in that way of you're so good at other things. You're probably thinking, oh, I'm going to come in and eat this up. And then you do it. Like the other day, Rio was directing me through a video and he told me make a face. And I thought, like act as if, he told me act as if something, I can't even remember. And Jane, when I tell you in my head, I thought I looked like the hottest like person doing this. And he was like, no. And I was like,
woman,
what do you
well,
mean? I'm out here
you know,
killing it right now. Like I am. I'm doing the thing. And he's like, look at it. And I was like, oh, that's what it looks like on the other end. So again, it's
but
just
you can
about being
laugh and
open.
not, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and you can laugh at it and not be mortified and never want to do it
That's what I
again.
did. Yeah.
Yes. So and yeah, it's being able to let go of ego. And you touched on it when what you were saying. People might pick you apart,
Hmm.
and I think that fear of
Oof.
trolls or being picked apart,
Yeah.
which is not nice, that can really hold people back from sharing.
Absolutely.
And where everyone that's been doing it will be like, I just ignore that, ignore the haters. The first time it
Definitely.
happens, when it happens, something like that happens to you, or any criticism,
Oh my
because you're at
gosh.
this, you might be at this level in what it is in your professionalism, and you know the person that's talking to you, and not on that,
That part. That part
yeah,
right
on that
there.
part, and you're like, excuse me. But my dad used to say something. If someone says something that you don't like or whatever,
Yeah.
just have a look at them. Like, just where's that coming from? And of course, if
Hmm.
it's someone that you respected and admired,
Yeah.
They wouldn't say that to you.
That
You
part.
know,
That
yeah,
part right
so
there.
you don't have to listen to it. You can just
Absolutely. Yeah.
turn the ears off and just keep going. But don't let the fear of that, because it probably will happen.
It is going to happen.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just part of it. Unfortunately, some people aren't nice, and
That part. That part.
we already knew that. We
We
already know
already
that.
knew
So
that part. So, yes, exactly. Kiva said, look at the
don't let
toes.
that stop. Yeah. If someone else did that to you and said, "Oh, well, I'm not going," like a child came and said, "Well, I'm not going to school because so and so doesn't like me," or said this or that, you'd be like,
Yeah.
"Well, it's just you've got to turn that off and not care
Yeah.
about someone you don't care about. Like you don't care about
Absolutely.
them." So anyway,
Absolutely.
that's just
No,
I
you're
just
so right.
I know that people are worried about, like you, with the not knowing where the sticker goes. I suppose
Thinking
they
someone
are
was
that
going to
difficult.
arrest me for putting the sticker in the
Yeah,
wrong place.
yeah. So I mean,
Ah,
so in that, yeah, it's not quite the right analogy. No one is going to come and hurt you for the sticker, but you might get your feelings hurt. But what it delivers
yeah,
is so much more than that. And you
absolutely.
wouldn't ever let a, someone, just a tiny voice,
Yeah,
disturb the rest of the voices, the
yeah.
wonderful voices that you'll find if you are your authentic self,
Mm.
talking about something you're passionate about. When in
Oof.
your workshop, that's all of the people, that's what connected us all,
I think so,
is we
yeah.
were all passionate about
Yes,
what
the
it
different
was,
things. Yes.
the different things. So even though we're from different parts of the world, different parts of life, that's the passion for what we're doing and wanting to share. You want to share
Mm.
so much that you're willing to put yourself out there,
Yeah.
because you know what you are doing is going to make someone else's life better. So you
Yeah,
just have to keep that part. You're doing this for other people,
absolutely.
not just. And it's important.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
important that we show up and do that. If in this no gatekeeping era,
absolutely.
we show up and we do have the
You're so
fun
right.
and do the thing. Yes, so
Yeah.
this is why the challenge is good, because it lets it be fun. Once you've worked out the technical aspects, the what am I going to talk about? Have I got
Yeah.
enough to talk about? Da, da,
Yes.
da, da, da.
Well, I want to ask you as well, Jane. So I know that you have been on YouTube for a long while. And, I think one of the things that you mentioned inside of the challenge is that you would show more of your art versus yourself, or versus telling stories about yourself. Like,
Hmm.
what did that feel like? Like knowing, okay, so I got this video thing. I've been doing it for a while, but now I feel like even on socials, right? We're entering a whole different era. Things are working differently. It's such a different place or space. So it's kind of like, okay, now Zaylee's asking me to now show more of myself, or talk about myself a little bit more, or show up like FaceTime, like
Yeah.
what did that feel like for you, if you don't mind
It was a bit
sharing?
of a revelation to myself that I may have said the word hiding, but more as in, it's hard to explain. The way I can explain it is, I'm doing teaching an online workshop at the moment, and I have many of my hardcore, greatest super fan artists, people that have been following me forever, who've privately contacted me to say, this is the best workshop that you've done. I'm learning so much more. And I think it's because I'm putting myself more on camera. I'm
Mm,
and part of that is the technology, is it looks better, so I'm more comfortable in film, like in front of the camera. I've got it set up so I'm sort of can see myself in my peripheral vision, but
yeah.
I'm not looking at myself. The technology, I've just managed to find a more comfortable space, and also
Yeah.
just the idea of, I'm always feel like I'm my authentic self, but
Hmm.
it's not just about what you do. It's also about that realization of it's people follow you or are interested because of who you are, what you're doing. And of
Absolutely.
course I know that because that's how I feel when I watch people
Yeah.
on YouTube. There's
Yes.
a girl, a young woman, young girl, young woman that I follow. She's in Japan. Her life is nothing like mine.
Mm.
Nothing. She is nothing really like me, I guess. But
But you're tuned in.
I'm tuned in. As
Yeah.
soon as she's popped one up, boop,
Mm.
I'm watching. And
Yes.
it's not, it doesn't matter what she's showing things she's
Yeah.
bought, little stickers, this or that. Oh, you would like it.
Please
She,
share.
yeah, well, I like stickers too. But yeah, it's just that realization. Well, of course, because
Yeah.
of course, that's what I like, because that's what I'm like, that's what I like. So it felt a bit uncomfortable doing
Hmm.
it. But in the course, you can make the live, you can do your videos and they're just private. It's
Yeah.
not for general consumption. But I think I did
You
release a couple
did.
of
Yes, you
videos
did.
for, yeah. And I did a few, it just gave me more confidence, I think, to
Yeah.
do things that weren't just strictly about my art supplies or just strictly
Yeah.
because a lot of the messaging you get is you have to stay on target and
All the
everything has to be
things.
on brand and that sort of stuff. And I think that was an era,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
It's
think
so different now.
yeah, things are
We're
changing, and
buying
that also
differently. We're connecting
yeah,
differently. We are looking to trust people. We're realizing now that we don't trust brands as much because it's
yeah,
so much going on in the world right now. But I think that has
and
a
we're
lot to do with it.
influencers. We're
Exactly.
all influencers.
Yes,
So, um,
absolutely.
but you can be an influencer in an authentic, actual way, not just a gun for hire.
Absolutely.
And look, if that's your bag, then and you find joy in that, that's
That's
fabulous.
yes.
But
Yeah.
there was no one like that in your course. People had a passion
Yeah.
for it was their blood and soul,
Yes.
and they wanted to share that with the world and looking for
Definitely.
avenues to do that. And there's nothing better than video
Mm. Yeah,
because
I agree.
yeah, it's you, it's a connection, you can talk
Yeah,
right to people. There's nothing like YouTube, it's just so
I agree.
amazing. The algorithm on it's amazing. It shows little channels and big channels. It
Yes.
throws old stuff up every so often. I go, oh, you might, if it knows you're interested in XYZ, it starts throwing up older
Yeah.
things from people, totally new people. So it's far more it's a more democratic
It really
system.
is. Yes.
If I never had to do anything on Instagram again, I'd be very happy. But
No, I know. But speaking about Instagram during the challenge, what I loved about you during the challenge is that you were so adventurous. I feel like you accomplished like 10 things in that challenge. You launched a digital product in there. You got back onto Instagram and started testing things. I think you were saving videos from Facebook live streams because you had a lot going on during that time, but you still did so much. You were rearranging your studio. So when you came to class every day, you were like, okay, so what do y'all think about like it was such, and she was having surgery on her hand, y'all. Jane had a ball, but it was so beautiful watching you just try different things and and even seeing your audience on Instagram react to you shared
yeah,
behind the scenes and like them seeing you share the comments were people like oh like they were going crazy and you have an amazing audience so
it's
it's kind
so
of like
cool. I love people.
yes, you do. So it's just so beautiful. It was just so beautiful watching you just flow and flutter along during it all, you
This
know.
is why I need to do it again because I'm not feeling the flow and flutter on Instagram as much. I think
Mm,
I'm liking the flow, and I changed my. Since then, I've changed my schedule so that I used to just sort of pop on with live streaming when I could fit it in.
Yeah.
And now I have a sort of a schedule. So it's every
Mm,
Thursday, my Thursday morning, it fits in with me. I know I'm going to feel relaxed, not rushed.
mhm,
I could be doing it if I want to do more, I
mhm,
can, but having a schedule for myself
mhm.
has really helped. And I probably need to set some sort of thing up. I just find doing an Instagram, it just takes so much longer. Whereas with a live stream,
Mm.
I set up, I press the button,
I agree with that. I do.
and then I click finish,
Yeah.
and I can.
That's it. I agree with that. And my assistant Sarah was saying that today. She was like, "It's so fun to watch you live." She's like, in her head or to her, it's like such a low lift because I just come into the studio, I sit down, boot everything up, and now it's time to have fun and
Yeah,
connect, and then I just get to click off and leave. Like, but also the value of a live stream is so powerful because we get to experience a whole different version of someone when there's like a back and forth, there's a conversation, there's a kiki, there's a sidebar or a side channel of the conversation. And I think it's so beautiful to also embrace those things because when we're pre-recorded, we can be so curated, you know,
yeah,
or there's not much feedback happening or people. So it's different. And there's different aspects of us all the time. You know, the way that we are talking right now, we will not be like that in a library. Hopefully we would,
yes,
you know, be a little more because I
yeah.
can see I think I wrote in one of my emails that I just can't wait for the day that we meet in person because I know it's just going to be a ball. So I hope that we do meet even though Jane is all the way in Australia, but I hope there will be one day that it does happen because I know, and I feel like all of the people that you know end up in the challenge and things like it's just going to be so much fun, like just meeting everyone in person. And I just know it's going to be a kiki and a
Oh,
you
be
know just
amazing, yeah. There's so
yes,
much energy, and you get
yes,
ideas of other people. I don't mean as in to copy them, but you're like, "Oh, okay, well, I could do that." It's inspirations. I could
absolutely,
do that
it's inspiration,
with what I
yeah,
do. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's yeah, we're getting ideas off each other,
definitely.
and every time I see your studio, and it looks so
And I feel the same way about
classy.
yours. I feel the same way about
Oh,
your space and you're like,
I
it's
love my space.
yes,
I love
guys,
it.
go to Jane's Instagram. Her space is chef's kiss. Okay, it's so beautiful. So you know, like just yeah, just it's so beautiful to be around people that you know you can be inspired by, and I think that's something that kind of gets lonely when you're online and you're doing online business and you're you know
Yeah.
um
Because you're
yeah,
trying
so
to do so many things yourself,
absolutely.
and you're kind of lone. I work with my husband as well, like you do, but
Yes.
you do have your own things that you do,
Yeah.
and you are what I'm an expert in. Or sometimes if Angus comes to talk to me about a certain element, I'm just like tax or something. I'm just like la 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 la
Yeah.
la.
I get it.
I
I
don't
get it.
know. If you want
Yeah.
to come with me to the accountant, I suppose I should, but I'm like, just give me the bullet points, and
Exactly.
I'm not very. I talk colours and stickers and pens. I'm not so good with the numbers. It's boring.
Exactly. That
Not good
makes
for a business
sense.
person, yeah.
No,
But
I get
yes,
it.
but that's why you split. That's why. But and then again, and I'm not going to go and if I'm talking about, should I have this pink, or all the pinks? And the
Exactly.
answer, of course, is all of the pinks. We're not taking any of the pinks out or purples or whatever color range I'm working on, obviously. But for me to go and ask someone that has no experience in what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, um, yes. So that's the other thing is having uh,
Community.
getting help from someone like yourself
Yeah.
that's lived it and breathed it and done it,
Yeah.
and that knows the challenges, and who's also open to discovering because there's always new things to
Absolutely.
yeah help people through, and because you've
Yeah.
got that, you've lived it, you know it.
Yeah. And
You're
still
still
living
building,
it every day.
yeah, and you're building yourself as well.
Yes.
Everyone's work in progress.
Yes.
Yeah, it just makes it's wonderful that there's that resource that you're providing. I can't wait for what your next challenge is going to be too. Like, what's going to be your
Yes.
next live? Can you tell? Can you hint?
Oh my gosh. Well, we currently
No,
have the
not yet.
Camera Confidence Challenge happening.
Yeah.
So today, if you do want to get in for $87, you have until 12 o'clock Central tonight. The link will be
Get it.
down in the
Get it.
description.
Get it. Yeah.
And so, yes, so that's what's happening with the Camera Confidence Challenge. It's just an amazing space to be in. Now, I do usually internally do a live version. Not exactly the Camera Confidence Challenge, just a little bit different. It's focused on live streaming. So I may do that later this year because usually the people in our membership love it so much. I'm like, okay, I need to bring this externally at some point because
Mm,
it's such an awesome, experience for us to all, like, whether you're launching something or you just want to get your audience like a little riled up again, like, hey, y'all, kind of thing. So I do a live version. It's not as in depth as the Camera Confidence Challenge itself, because in here we kind of refine messaging. We kind of ground ourselves a bit in whether it's a product, service, or whether it's your full-on business that you're just, okay, yeah, I serve this person, we do this is how we serve, kind of thing. Like, you got to get your grounding and then figure out all of your stories that you can build into your story bank so you're able to get on socials and not be only overly, educational, or just be focused on what you were told to talk about. You're a person. And so
yeah.
we deserve to, be people, and there's a beautiful balance in there because you can still bring it around. We are living, breathing, walking lessons for people every day,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so
Definitely.
there's so much beauty in that. So if you're thinking about joining the Camera Confidence Challenge, I'd love to have you, friend. If you're watching the replay, say hello to Jane and I. We're here and we're having a little fun. But Jane,
Yeah.
what do you have going on? Is there anything you want to share with us before we wrap up? I do want to be respectful of your time. What do you have going on? Where can we find you and follow?
Feels like we've been talking for 5 minutes. How long have we? Oh, we've been talking for. Okay, so wasn't it? So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm always doing online workshops, and that's another big flow on from the Camera Confidence Challenge. Is I launched my first digital product during the workshop, and even though it wasn't really part of, oh no, it was
It
because you had so many resources, like the downloads and things. And I was printing things out, and I think maybe that's probably what inspired. I thought, oh,
I think
my
you
thing
did
was
say
nothing like
that. You were just
that.
inspired by
Yeah.
the experience that you
Oh,
just ended up
why
like.
aren't I doing this? I can do
Yes.
this. Anyway, so I did that. And I did it the day before I went into surgery. I'm
Yes,
a
I
lunatic.
remember.
And then I'm finishing it with one finger. Boop, boop,
I
boop, boop.
remember.
Look, my mum on her iPad, like trying to learn to type.
Yes.
I'm like, boop, boop, boop. So anyway, there I am doing that, and and then I'm really stepping back into my online workshops. So at
Yes.
the moment, I'm doing one that's Botticelli-esque, but I've got one that I'm working on with documenting. So
Mm.
like what you're talking about, but
Mm-hmm.
what I've discovered is I've got love little thermal cameras and all the little
Yes.
instant printers and things. And what it's sort of like scrapbooking, but not. It's a different, I call it visual, yeah, it's documentation.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes me appreciate my life so much and the good stuff. So that sort of thing, that gratefulness without having a gratitude journal or, like that's what it is,
I love
but it's sort of
that.
done. So I'm working on that.
Yeah.
But at the moment, my workshop, I'm very inspired by Botticelli, who was
Wow.
uh, an artist who lived for over 500 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And I should know. And his artwork
Yeah.
just, it does something to me. It's so
Wow.
beautiful. Even though it's so famous, your eyes are
Yeah.
used to it. Uh,
Right.
but I'm realizing how much it's inspired me my whole
Yeah.
life. the
Wow.
Venus stepping out of the clamshell. So the workshop is about loving and appreciating that. And then what is it about that and taking that magic into our artwork? So it's a lot of drawing of faces, of figures, and
Mm.
this whimsical elevation.
Oh, I love that.
Um, yeah, it's stepping out from the and accepting imperfection, because
Mm.
even
That
though
is,
his work is
yes.
perfect,
Yeah.
it's full of wonky eyes and weird toes and
Yeah, that is so good.
other things, and it's still so beautiful. And it's
Mm.
that idea of when to look at something and it annoys you, how to change it, and look and
Yeah.
working out how to change it. And that's a bit of a mindset thing. And then also when to leave things be and let them be
Yeah.
imperfect, because we all are. None of us are symmetrical. None of us are perfect.
Yeah.
Um,
Reminds me
and
of, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say perfectionism is just such a
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that.
snake around
Yes.
your throat. Yeah, it's just a snake
Absolutely.
that gets around there and it just blocks you. And exactly what would stop people from getting on camera.
Yeah.
I don't look good enough. I don't sound good enough. I haven't got the right things. Da 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 da. And in reality, it's the humanity and the imperfection. That's
Absolutely.
all we're going to have against AI eventually, because it's just going to get more and more perfect. And
Absolutely.
it's the human authenticity that I think we really respond to.
That is it. You could
Uh,
have the worst camera, but if you have your story correctly that you're sharing, and good audio, of course, audio is key.
yeah, good
But if
audio,
you
of course.
if you do, like, you can still, you know, you can still get out there with your message and garner a really amazing audience. And I think that's even happening right now. If you look at YouTube, you'll see little channels that blow up and you're like, well, why is this person? And it's because they know what I got from you sharing about the art that you're loving or that you have loved for so long is there's a feeling that it gives to you. And I think it's the same thing that happens for us, like on camera. There's a feeling that someone gives to you that makes you say, okay, I like this, or I'm so inspired, or I'm so
What I
excited,
had
or
when I saw you for the first time. I was just
wow.
like, "Oh my gosh, this girl, she's gorgeous."
I
And
know.
the glasses, your hair, the smile, just the vibe, and the way you film, the where you're positioned, and just the
Yeah.
space. You've always got space, and you've got a classy luxury about you that's
Ooh, I'm gonna take that.
very attractive, very
I feel the
attractive.
exact same way about you, Jane. That's the crazy thing. Is like you're saying that we do attract our people. You said that, like, and it is such a true thing. Like like we see people and we're like, you know what? I like her. Like it's kind of like that. Like, so it's just so important for us to show up for what we know we're supposed to show up for rather than think about all the
Yeah.
things. But
And be brave and actually do it. Like, it's
yes,
what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that
literally.
can happen if you don't do it is so much worse than
Oh,
because
yes.
than showing up and making a mistake or two. You're better off
Absolutely. I
making the world a
agree.
better place. Yeah.
That's
If you're
really
getting
what it
on there to
is.
do hateful things, that's different. No, we don't need that. But
I agree. I
no one wants
completely
to
agree.
miss you.
Jane, thank you so much for being here with me today. This was such an
My
iconic live
pleasure.
stream. I am going to make sure I have it baked. I need it framed somewhere because this was just such a joy, just chatting with you. Like you're saying, it felt like 5 minutes. I feel like we could stay on here forever, but I want to be respectful of your time. I know it's morning where you are,
Yeah,
right? Like,
10
isn't that
o'clock, 10
crazy,
a.m.
y'all? It's 10 a.m.
And I'm in the future. I'm
She's
in the
in the
next day.
future. What's happening
I'm
over
in the
there?
future.
Like, we need to know. Like, what do I need to prepare myself
The
for?
lottery numbers. Do you need the lottery numbers? I can give you the lotto numbers.
Please do. Please. That would be awesome.
If only it worked like that. That would be
I
very good.
wish, right? But Jane, thank you so much for being here. Please keep us updated with all that you're doing. I recently started junk journaling, by the way, and so I feel like
Oh,
I want to do your workshop if it's online
yeah.
because I feel like and I made a YouTube video about it too because I was like, you know what? I don't know if I should share this. Share. And I shared it. So it was just me, like, because I realized that Rio and I weren't taking like physical pictures. And I'm like, wow, like, like I want to like take more pictures and just plaster stuff everywhere. And it was an exercise to really help me, again, kind of in the whole sticker. That was my hyperfixation. It's still going on, actually, y'all. So,
Yeah,
I'm
I've got
like,
some I've got this funny little cheap camera, and I just every so often
yes.
just carry it with me the whole day and just
I
print
have
out
the
little
same
one.
one. Is it the Insta X? I have the same one that 'cause I saw you were sharing that one. Um,
Oh,
the
that little
white Insta
tiny
X.
one.
Oh, okay.
I
You're
haven't
thinking
got
about another
that.
one.
Yeah, this is a Oh no, that was my Polaroid. Yeah, Instax. Oh, do
I
you call
have
it
the same
Instax?
one. Yes.
I was called Instax. Oh, okay, Insta X. Okay,
Well,
now I
Insta
know.
X. Yeah. I don't. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Oh, I think you're probably saying it right. Yeah. And then there are like, there's all sorts of other weird little cameras that have come out, and you can just
Yes.
document the whole day. And a lot of it's just rubbish to anyone else. But
It's so
even the
good.
blurry photos of the dog running and doing it, it reminds me of the
It
day.
does
And it's those
something.
little moments
I agree.
that are
Completely agree.
fun. Yeah, and it makes you, wouldn't do it every day, but it just makes you appreciate the good stuff, especially if you
Agree.
are going through, if there are greater issues or there's other things happening,
Agree.
just to really hone in.
Yeah.
And then if you can get that little kernel of yourself feeling good
Mm.
about that, it's got that ripple effect, and that's the effect you can have on other people if you show up and do something on camera. It's a little ripple effect
Yes.
because it just reminds people that there is joy, happiness, creativity, success,
Mm.
and it's accessible to everyone. And as individuals, what we bring to the table, it's important because we are all unique. We all have a little bit of a unique
Yeah.
perspective. Finding that seed in someone else,
Yeah.
it's just so nice. It makes you
Mm.
seen,
Yeah.
and that's why like online workshops, like what I do, what you do,
Yeah.
what anyone does, where people are sharing something. Again, the gatekeepers are all gone. You don't have to do it through education. It have to be
Absolutely.
all,
Right? Yeah.
it can be flow, and you can change things as you go, and you can
Yes.
build it. Like if your parachute,
Absolutely.
like I often think of live streamers jumping out of a parachute and working out how to build a parachute as I'm flying down. The only difference is I'm not going to land on the ground.
Right.
I'm sitting in a chair. So
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
so
No, I love
scary,
that.
but anyway, so there we go. And again, I get excited about things and I can't shut up.
Same. Let me tell you. So in reverence of that, bye y'all. We appreciate you guys being here. Would love to see you inside the challenge. And yeah, if you have any questions, jump into my DMs. You guys know my DMs are open. I appreciate you and love you all. I'll see you guys soon. Bye y'all.
Ah,
Take care. Of course I could never find the finish button.
oh,
Bye guys.
it's, yeah, my gosh.